The internet is completely divided. After our last breakdown of Operation Epic Fury, the comment section was flooded with a massive debate. Are US forces bombing real, high-value targets, or are multi-million-dollar munitions hitting cheap decoys and literal paintings on the ground? Today, on Avia Addict, we are taking a strictly neutral analytical approach. Let's start with this newly circulated footage. Across social media, many are claiming this helicopter is simply a 2D painting on the tarmac, primarily because the rotor blades do not spin during the explosion. First, how does a FLIR pod actually work? FLR, forward-looking, infrared, doesn't see paint, lines, or colors. It sees temperature differentials. A 2D painting on asphalt would have the exact same temperature as the ground around it, rendering it invisible to this sensor. What we see here is a three-dimensional object casting thermal shadows. But why didn't the rotors spin? Because military helicopters utilize a mechanical rotor brake when parked. Furthermore, a supersonic blast wave destroys. It doesn't create aerodynamic lift, so it is definitely not a painting. But could it be an empty, decommissioned airframe used as bait? Absolutely. Which brings us to our next point. Many of you argued that the loitering munitions we analyzed previously were just inflatable rubber decoys. To answer this, we must understand thermal inertia. A combat-ready drone contains a dense metal engine and lithium batteries. These materials absorb heat during the day and glow white-hot at night against the rapidly cooling desert sand. An empty plastic or rubber shell has no thermal mass. It would go completely dark on a FLIR display. However, a critical analyst must maintain a healthy dose of skepticism. The US is not fighting an unorganized militia. They are facing a conventional military with a deep doctrine of tactical deception. It is entirely possible to deploy active multispectral decoys, empty shells equipped with internal heating elements that perfectly mimic an engine's thermal signature. From thousands of feet in the air, a $500 thermal trap can look exactly like a fully fueled drone. So if the risk of deception is so high, why drop a $150,000 Hellfire missile on a $15,000 drone or a potential decoy? This is the core of asymmetric warfare. The military math isn't about the cost of the target. It is about the cost of the asset that target might destroy. If command assumes a glowing target is just a decoy, and they are wrong, that drone could launch and wipe out a $50 million Patriot battery or a barracks. Deception forces a technologically superior adversary to exhaust expensive, finite munitions on cheap bait. It is a calculated, brutal game of attrition. So if the risk of deception is so high, why drop a $150,000 Hellfire missile on a $15,000 drone or a potential decoy? This is the core of asymmetric warfare. In modern conflict, nothing is ever 100% certain. Both sides are playing a high-stakes game of chess, using physics and deception as their primary weapons. What is your take on the helicopter footage and the decoy theory? Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe to Avia Addict for more objective OSINT analysis, and as always, stay sharp and fly safe.